What's up guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon video, and today we had some more reveals. As always, getting reveals like every week. This is crazy, but we have some new Pokemon to look at, we have more information regarding Rockruff's evolutions and English reveal and such, and a few new features to look at. So first up, we're going to look at Rockruff's evolution, which in English is called Lycanroc. Obviously we have Lycans from lycanthropy, meaning werewolfness, and also rock is rock. So you guys get the idea, but we have the midday form and the midnight form. We have more information. They are both pure rock types, which I don't know if I'm not pleased about it, but it can work, I suppose. I was expecting maybe like a rock dark type maybe for the midnight form, because it's a dark, night, and maybe rock fairy for the normal one, but it's cool. They can stay pure rock. I can see that. But they are version exclusive. When Rockruff is bathed in profuse amounts of solar energy, it evolves into its midday form, and when it is bathed in the abundance of lunar energy, it evolves into the midnight form. Now apparently in the world of Pokemon Sun or Moon respectively, Solgaleo and Lunala's influence causes Rockruff to evolve into the respective form. It's basically a little cheap way of them saying, yeah, it's version exclusive, you have to buy both versions if you want to get a particular one, if you want to get both for example. So whether you like that or not, that's how it is. But Lycanroc, midday form at least, lives solo in the mountains, not creating a pack apparently. Each has its own territory. It obeys its trainer dutifully though, this is pretty cool. If a trainer accepted it during its more rebellious pre-evolution period, Lycanroc will never ever betray that trainer and be the most loyal of partners. Midday is known for speedy movements, and it can learn the move Accelerock, which is, a priority move, who would have guessed. Very simple there. The midnight form on the other hand is a bit more different. It provokes opponents by pressing in hard and inviting their attack. When it falls for their tactic, Lycanroc counters with its forte, a single devastating blow that finishes off its foe. The stronger its opponent is, the more excited for battle Lycanroc becomes, etc, etc, etc. Contempt arises in its Pokemon for trainers who give orders it doesn't agree with or who try to force it into battle. So midday is like your loyal wolf, midnight is a bit more rebellious. Counter is a move Rockruff can learn when it learns into midnight form, Lycanroc. So different moves for different forms here. When you know what counter is, so I'm not going to talk about that. So that is Lycanroc. Its version exclusive, we said. In terms of abilities, midday form can have Keen Eye or Sand Rush, and Lycanroc's midnight form can have Keen Eye or Vital Spirit. So different abilities. They are different heights and weights. So yeah, heights and weight, or heights at least. But they're not different typings, so who knows if these types of forms are going to get different typings or not, and obviously we're looking to the starters for that, but we'll see more about that in the future. But some new Pokemon were also revealed. First up we have Persimmon, which is the teamwork Pokemon, a pure fighting type. It's based on obviously some sort of monkey, hence the simian part. It's 6 foot tall, damn, and it has a new ability called Receiver. Now, Persimmon is a Pokemon that only appears in Pokemon Sun, so it's exclusive to that, but if you're playing Pokemon Moon, you have to trade it over again. They live in troops of 20 to 30 individuals, etc. There's nothing too much here. They throw berries, is how they attack, interesting. And they have a new ability called Receiver, which no Pokemon has previously had. With this, it can inherit the ability of an ally who has fainted in battle. So it's shown, for example, the Vikavolt is killed, I think, in the English trailer, and Persimmon gets this levitate ability when it dies. So I guess that could be interesting for some some strategies. But of course, it doesn't have an ability by default, obviously. So you're going to have one of your teammates die to actually get the ability to activate it, but we'll see. Then we have the Moon equivalent, the exclusive Pokemon to Moon, which is Oranguru, which is the Sage Pokemon, again based on some orangutan obviously. It's a normal Psychic type, and it has abilities Inner Focus or Telepathy, whereas Persimmon had obviously the unique ability. Oranguru is only Pokemon Moon, etc. And Oranguru's solitary lives deep in the forest, etc. They hold fans, and they have a new move which is called Instruct, and it's a pretty cool move actually. It can tell the target to use its most recent move again immediately, so it could be useful for either teammates or enemies. It's shown in both trailers, both the English and Japanese one. It's shown because obviously we can have telepathy as the ability, you can avoid your teammates' moves. So if one of them has a wishy-washy school form, use Surf, then Oranguru uses Instruct, and you get to use Surf again, so it can attack twice in one turn, which is pretty powerful. Or alternatively, you could use it on the opponent, and if you've predicted them to use a Swords Dance or whatever, well, I guess it's not that good, because of course if it's Swords Dance, they use it again, that's probably not the best thing, but there are situations in which you could use it against the opponent, I'm sure. Maybe some interesting ones, but who knows though. So let's move on. That's all the new Pokemon, of course, but we have some new features. The first one, there was a little highlight on the customization you can do called Alola Fashions and such, and you can change your eye colour, your hairstyle, your clothing, of course. There's loads of different stuff there, and you can dye items as well. You can change the look of your clothing with colourful dyes. Perhaps there's a design you like, but you prefer it in a different colour. Now that wish can come true. I was speaking to someone the other day about this, actually, dyeing clothes, if rather than just buying them in a particular look, and it seems like we can do that, so that's pretty damn cool. We also had the reveal of Pokemon Refresh, which is basically an updated Pokemon and Me. It's very similar. There's not even a mention of like it's not like they say it's an updated Pokemon and Me. They just completely gloss over that. But it's very similar. You can care for them. You can brush them. You can also cure status conditions like poisoning and the paralysis outside of battle. So it looks like antidotes, apart from in battle use, are going to be pretty useless now. But that's fine. But instead of feeding them Pokepuffs this time, we feed them Pokebeans. Nice. So we're going Harry Potter here. So we have Bertie's all flavoured jelly beans, and then we have Pokemon beans. Nice. So yes, it's basically an updated Pokemon and Me. A couple extra things put on. You can brush your Pokemon. You can obviously look after them and such. Who knows if there'll be mini games or not? But yes, that's that basically. Exactly the same effects as a Me. They can avoid moves in battle and stuff like that. So it's pretty powerful, and it'd be pretty fun to see how that works. More Z moves were revealed as well, some more exclusive Z moves, one being a Pikachu Z move, of course, as Raichu gets one, so of course Pikachu's have one, of course, and this move is called Catastrophica, so catastrophe with Pika, very, very creative there. It's a superpowered attack move where Pikachu borrows its trainer strengths, wrapping itself in extra high voltage electric power and charging into its opponent. This will become Pikachu's most powerful attack. Interesting. But there was another one, and this is Eevee's one, and it's called Extreme Evo Boost, and it's very interesting because it takes the power of all the evolutions, gathers together Sylveon, Jolteon and more, all latest Pokemon that Eevee could roll into, and grants their power to Eevee, and this powerful move raises Eevee's attack, defense, special attack, special defense and speed by 2 stages each. Like, what the hell is that? Of course it's just on Eevee, so it's a pretty, in the end it's not going to be too special because you can't use Eevee in battle really. I mean, maybe if you're using like Little Cup, Eevee will be extremely good now. But apart from that, yeah, it's nothing to get hyped over because once you evolve it, you can't use it anymore. Then finally we had some information on Pokemon Bank, since of course that's good to have compatibility with Sun and Moon, as well as the original games that were on Virtual Console, Pokemon Blue, Red, Green, Yellow, etc, whatever. And then obviously you can transfer from X and Y as well. It's a very complicated diagram here, and it's going to be a bit interesting, so I'm going to look for it. It's expected to receive an update for compatibility in January 2017, so it's not like you can transfer your team over straight away, you have to wait until January 2017, but it's an application that enables you to put Pokemon you've collected in your games into internet-based storage boxes. It's been available previously, and it will support Pokemon Sun and Moon as well. With this update, Pokemon eventually review in Omega Ruby, Sapphire, etc. X and Y will be able to join you in Pokemon Sun and Moon. The notes are, if you transfer a Pokemon to Pokemon Bank and then onto Pokemon Sun or Pokemon Moon from Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X or Y, you'll be unable to transfer it back to Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X or Y. So you can't transfer your whole team across and expect to put them back, of course, because this is backwards compatibility, new moves, stuff like that. So it's a one-way trip, guys. So choose your Pokemon carefully. Apart from that, you can also deposit Pokemon holding items because, we had that before, so no more item duplications being transferred across, etc. Poketransporter is also getting an update, which is obviously for compatibility with Virtual Console, so red, blue, yellow. Deposit Pokemon you've collected in Pokemon Bank and then send them to Pokemon Sun and Moon as well. Notes. If you use them to move Pokemon from Virtual Consoles, they can only be sent to Pokemon Sun and Moon. You can't send them to Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, etc. Pokemon moved to Bank using Transporter can't be returned to the Virtual Console versions, of course, because that would make sense. Or Black 2, White 2, Black or White, of course, because that's where you also get them from. You can't deposit Pokemon holding items in Pokemon Bank, etc. A new National Pokédex feature is coming to help you check out the particulars of the Pokemon you've deposited. So basically, application will read save data from any games you connect with it, collecting information about Pokemon you've caught so you can check it. So you can basically access your dexes through Pokemon Bank. Using it, you'll be able to see this information, even about Pokemon that don't appear in the Alola region. And the games can connect with Pokedex are Sun, Moon, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X and Y. Makes sense, nothing else. So just to allow you to keep track of what you need, basically. There is a service fee, of course, and that is £4.49 in England, of course, so probably about $5 in America and such, and a 1-year activation comes in the form of an annual pass. So we've seen that before. But those are all the reveals from today. A good chunk of reveals as always, but let me know what you think about them down below. Do you like that Lycanroc is going to be version exclusive, or would you prefer to it be time exclusive? I'm sure most people say yes. And let me know what you think about the 2 new monkey Pokemon that have been revealed. That's quite interesting. Is that a football monkey, guys? Is that a football monkey? Interesting. Let me know what you think about down below, guys, as well as all the extra features. Will you be transferring your teams from XY and Oris to Sun and Moon with Pokemon Bank? Let me know down below. But for now, this is going to be me for today. I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.